Hello, a warm welcome to you from SGT University. I am Arushi Batra from the Faculty of Law. In today's lecture, we will be learning about Right to Information Act, history and background. To understand this topic better, we need to know the meaning of information. Information is any data, records, documents which has value. It could be an audio clip or a picture. The only requirement is that it should have some value. The second important question here is, why is this information needed? Now, information is the basis of knowledge. It provokes thought in an individual. They become alert and aware. This thinking further gives rise to the expression. Freedom of expression runs through our democracy. People of India have been given this right by the Constitution to freely express themselves. Thus, right to information is the cornerstone for a healthy democracy. Coming to the genesis or origin of RTI, it will be interesting for you to know that right to information finds its place in some of the world's oldest texts like Rig Veda and Bible. For instance, Rig Veda says, "Let noble thoughts come to us from every side." Similarly, Bible states, "You shall know the truth and it shall make you free." Both these religious texts highlight the importance of information and its right. Rabindranath Tagore, in his famous work Gitanjali, too recognizes the right to information. Another major area which RTI touches is whether right to information is a human right. Now, we all know what are human rights. Human rights are the basic rights and freedoms that belong to every person in the world from birth until death. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights, popularly UDHR, was enacted in 1948. It is a fundamental document which regulates human rights. Article 19 of the UDHR states that everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media and regardless of frontiers. Similarly, International Covenant for Civil and Political Rights (ICCPR), which was enacted in 1966, contains a similar provision under Article 19, Clause 2. It states that everyone shall have the right to freedom of expression. The right shall include freedom to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas of all kinds, regardless of frontiers, either orally, in writing, or in print, in the form of art, or through any other media of his choice. Before studying the history of right to information in India, let us study the history of RTI in other countries. Sweden was the first country to have the policy of openness in administration. It enacted its RTI law in 1766. All government information is public unless certain matters are specifically listed as exempted. In Sweden, access to information is a right, whereas non-access is an exception. Another country which has a strong right to information framework is USA. There are 3 acts which together uphold freedom of information and freedom of press. The first is the Freedom of Information Act, 1966. Under this act, the executive branch and commissions were required to make the information available to the public. The second was the Privacy Act of 1974. The third was the Government in Sunshine Act 1976. This act requires the meeting of government agencies shall be open to public. Coming to the history of right to information in India, the first time right to information of citizens about government's activities was recognized by the Supreme Court in the state of Uttar Pradesh versus Rajnarayanan. Justice K.K. Mathew, who wrote the judgment, said that Indian government is a government of responsibility. All the agents are responsible for the conduct. Therefore, there should not and cannot be any secrets. Therefore, people have the right to know every public act. The next milestone in RTI was the case of S.P. Gupta versus Union of India, popularly known as the first judge's case, wherein the Honorable Supreme Court categorically held that freedom of speech and expression includes within its scope right to information. The court further held that no government can survive without accountability, and the basic rule about accountability is that people should have information about functioning of the government. The above two decisions recognize that right of citizens to obtain information flows from Article 19(1)(a). Another important case is the Union of India versus Association of Democratic Reforms, 2002, wherein it was held that voter has a right to know the details of contesting candidates, and it is the right of media to enlighten the voters. The right to be informed is part of the freedom of speech and expression. The next thing we'll be covering today is right to information and the moments associated with it. The first grassroots campaign for introduction of RTI was started by Mazdoor Kisan Shakti Sangathan in 1990. In a village in Rajasthan, women wearing colorful lehengas and men in dhoti and turban marched and started the movement. Basically, these people were marginal peasants and landless workers. They decided to fight for their wages during famine. Additionally, they also wanted to fight corruption, and for that they wanted transparency in records. This movement was headed by Nikhil De, an NRI from USA. He started public hearing or Jan Sunwai. The purpose was to bring to light corruption of officials who were maintaining famine records. The Mazdoor Kisan Shakti Sangathan demanded copies of all documents related to public works. They argued that all the important documents like muster roll, which contains the attendance of workers, list of wages of workers both paid and due, bills, transport costs should be made available for public audit. Now what happened as a result of this demand? Collector of that area accepted request. However, the village development officer refused to comply with written directions of collector. It was in the year 1995, on 5th April, Chief Minister of Rajasthan declared that it will be the first state in India to confer upon every citizen of India right to obtain, for a fee, photocopies of all official documents related to local development works. These protests continued for a period of 52 days, and there were demands for documents related to panchayat, local government, etc. So Rajasthan was the first state where the campaign for RTI started. Thereafter, in the year 1996, there was a national campaign for people's right to information. It was here that the first draft of RTI law for the government was formulated. However, when we talk about the act, Tamil Nadu was the first state in India to have an RTI Act. It came into effect in 1997. In the same year, Goa too enacted the RTI Act. In a similar fashion, many states in India made their RTI Acts. However, there was no central law on right to information. Therefore, Government of India brought Freedom of Information Act in 2002, which was to operate for the entire country. So, in today's class, we learnt about the history and background of the Right to Information Act. In the next class, we will be discussing about the salient features of Right to Information Act. Till then, keep learning, keep growing. See you next time.